We have had a long story of prototypes already, as we have explained, and you probably all do know. We've had the Digino, the legendary Digino Proto, and DinoCap projects that have resulted in 2 versions of a prototype for eCMR indexing. And these projects have taken us rather far in understanding what we need to do and what is there for us to exchange and register datasets, eCMR datasets or FT datasets. We have a framework for that in the background and an organization of ways how to give a unique identifying number for a CMR and unique identifying number for an FT dataset that is derived from eCMR dataset. Because for eFTI, we need to exchange and register at FT gates and metadata registries the FT datasets, not eCMRs. eCMRs will have their own life and their own numbers, and eCMR datasets that get made on top of that get their own numbers. What we need for proving that both the network of eCMR indexes that we have built in the prototype shape, as well as the network of future FT gates would work, and that we can have eCMR below on a standardized base, on MMT, which we tested in the previous prototype, that we can elevate it across all different service providers, the solutions that are in the making, and also at test beds. We need a proper eCMR playground. And as we now grow the last months for the FT platform specifications and all the metadata that we have used for indexing, but also that we use for FT gates, we have built in, we are finishing, as Eva will introduce the development process and understanding how, and the solution, how eCMRs can be played around, how they can be created, so that we are among all the other eCMR service providers that will get connected through the gates, that also we have a playground that we can play around, and everyone who would like to see how that really works could come around and test with their data safely without necessarily being the customer of that particular eCMR service provider. And as we see the necessity of playing, if I can say it so, the necessity of securely and safely putting your data or company data in a database and see how that actually shows from the other side. If a competent authority officer in that same playground, for example, but in the future, would log in to their tool, what would they see actually on my data? And we see that these demonstrations are, and we had that discussion a few months ago with our colleagues very deeply, the necessity. These demonstrations also are very important, that we can bring participants together. So with the Digino Proto, we built with many partners the beginning. With DinoCap, we evolved it. And with the current project, we said we'll solve the eCMR part and then have, in the end of the project, them meeting up and showcased in all the settings, as the previous parts that need to make that work is partly there. So we have adjusted the index registry networks, transferred some of the pieces and modified, and we'll have that available for playing. So also what the result of the project is not to prove that it was done and then we close it, but we'd like this playground to remain available for playing with. So that is the main aim. But to provide you a quick insight, so these are that we do go with the logic of FT gates and also where the FT platforms are. But I have a short video of the history so that you get an...
Digitalization has become inevitable in all fields of economy and industry. All supply chain depends on well-planned logistics and information visibility to plan and perform all the production operations and sales. Here we present Baltic Nordic ECMR indexing prototype version 2. Stopping a truck for even a short inspection will have a huge impact on the delivery schedules. Now, with the ECMR indexing, trucks can drive without interruptions and meet their expected timetables as planned. The solution for ECMR cross-border exchange is indexing. Every shipment's electronic document is created by ECMR service provider, soon on the EFTI platform. The information about the original document, together with the truck and trailer number, is transmitted to the index registry. All index records are time-stamped, locked and encrypted with blockchain technology at the national index node, where all national indexes interact with each other. When information about the truck and the cargo is needed, the request can be made to one single query environment. In the future, the queries like this index query can also be made by competent authorities from other member states. The index network, as well as the query, can be joined from any EU country.
DinoCap is a very good example how it is possible to exchange information between countries, because this system needs to be interoperable.
This prototype highlights the opportunities of creating a cross-border EFTI solution for the future.
We are catering and feeding into the EFTI regulation and are presenting proudly a solution to the European Commission.
This is DinoCap, ECMR cross-border prototype, the result of an excellent cooperation between partners from Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania and Poland. The solution is contributing to fast, transparent and efficient transport across Europe.
So this was a back view and how we see the prototyping always. It's not only about the physical solutions or digital physical solutions. It is about bringing, and I'd say 2/3 of it is bringing together the different stakeholders and making them understand what is that they need to do, what it is all about, because all these terms, they got quite mixed for everyone. And we have the economic operators that want to learn, they don't know too much. We onboard them with the safe playground, with not needing to know the full implementation specifications, all the new rules yet, without needing to develop too much of their APIs. They realize how the process would be on screen. That in the future will be replaced by machine-to-machine data exchange. We bring together the different platforms that currently are or would like to become ECMR platforms, would like to become CMR platforms, ECMR platforms, and possibly in future would evolve into FT platforms. And we tell them throughout this process and throughout their engagements what is that they need to do, what is that they need to adapt to. And we bring together the competent authorities. We have today here as well the representatives from Customs Authority, and we have close collaboration since day one with the Police Authority, with Rescue Board, with Environmental Services, Tax Board, Revenue Service in different of our member states, depending on how the names are. But all these groups that would like to see what they can see, how the process actually is different. And through our on-site and really live testings that we have been catching trucks with cars and stopping, we have made it very clear for each individual user that has been participated, how their life would be changed. So with these digital solutions on top, we've also felt that it's highly important to have the physical touch, the visibility, the actual vicinity of the truck to show and to use and to motivate, to open also the space for discussion what the best solutions would be. Because each time that we have been on the road or testing with the cameras on site or with road camera view helpful, we have learned quite a lot of a deal how this structure could be better. So we see the biggest value in these playgrounds and sandboxes and test before invest environments as evolving what the final solution should be, not just the IT-wise, but also legal-wise, and also then to learn from each other. And the pilot activities that we do have are two-sided. So we have the economic operators connected with the ECMR service providers that we have, and the ECMR service in the showcase demo that we're getting finished in this project. And we do, on the other side, have the competent authorities side that take their part and their engagement to the picture. And we have started from the ones who already know what we're talking about to roll the ball bigger. And we're very happy that there are more and more companies, industries, and single companies which currently run absolutely on papers and stamps who are interested to say, could you just please take my paper? I'll send you a picture. Could we somehow put this digital? I'd like to see how that looks like. And say, yeah, but what could we do to have our carrier transfer, or who should transfer, where should transfer? And also the carriers, we have the discussions, they are the economic operators getting stressed of like, oh my God, now I will have like 5 or 7 devices because I'm operating behind 7 freight forwarders. And then we'd say, yes, we do need to resolve this affair with the help of other community. Maybe that's the next pilot that we'd have on solving these affairs, and have the carriers also on board saying, or having the status of, let there be systems. And we'd like with our work on these prototypes to prove and to have the possibility of saying, let there be systems, and everyone who would like to have a system contributes a little bit with their expectations and best practice opportunities, and the projects and IT service providers, thankfully around it, help to set up the playgrounds so that when we actually start building, we know already half of the pathway. So that is the logic. And I'll have Yeva come in for, it's here. No, this is, and I have Yeva to, because the video was actually here. We saw the wrong video. Yes, and we saw the earlier video for some reason, another one. But we'll make the other one available for you, either way. The half of the content was there. So I'll click to your part, because that was, that's an extra. That is not, should be, you put Yeva. So I'll go with slides. There is some, no, you change.
Okay, because we will actually have one of our programmers connecting to tell about the tool, as it would be the most accurate person to talk about the functionalities. I'm happy to take any questions from the audience about the tool or why we selected certain features, but it will be mostly ahead of development.